I think the biggest misconception is that you major to learn Spanish, just a language. And it's so much more than that. We teach, I work on food. So a lot of my classes have to do with food and culture and literature. And my colleagues teach on film as well. There are a lot of very exciting topics that we cover, that throughout those classes, students can definitely strengthen their linguistic skills and become better at expressing themselves in Spanish. But throughout that, they acquire this knowledge and sensibility to the rich diversity of the Spanish-speaking world that I think is very unique in our department.
I feel like a lot of the time we take courses and it's like we go in, we take the lecture notes and we leave. But in the language courses, it's more like, wow, I'm getting to know this professor one-on-one. I'm really enjoying this assignment. And it's like you learn things that you never really would expect from a language course.
In the US, obviously, after English is one of the most spoken languages. So it really opens the possibility, not only in a professional sense, but also in a cultural sense, to really connect and understand different cultures that we actually interact with every day.
I feel like as somebody who came from a 99% Latino high school, it's like you find your community here. And even for those who don't pertain to those identities, it's like you can understand other cultures. I had some people in my Portuguese class come from different parts of not just like Latin America, but like other parts of like China or like Africa. And we're speaking Portuguese, no common ground, but we're still able to compare cultures. And I'm not Brazilian or have any background in with Portuguese ancestry, but the professor, probably the nicest person I've ever met. She really knows how to talk to students. And I feel like that's something you need to promote, that kind of sense of community. I feel like you can't get that elsewhere.
Studying abroad, I think, is such an important experience, not only because of the immersive linguistic experience, because one of the things about our classes is that they are immersive in itself. Our classes are in Spanish. And a lot of students don't know that. And when you go abroad, obviously you have that in every daily basis, but you get to experience the things that you perhaps learned in the classroom.
It's really, really cool to be able to go to a country where they speak mainly Spanish and understand a different perspective, especially me being Mexican. It's like those are two different sides of a language, different cultures, different ways of saying things. I felt like a lot of times you kind of make yourself smaller than you actually are because you think you're going to a university, and me being first generation, it feels like a lot of things are so unattainable to you. You feel like, I'm just gonna go for my degree and that's it. I would have never imagined to go to Spain, or I would have never thought of doing a senior thesis with one professor on the 7th floor about existentialism and Latin American writers. And that's something that I never even knew I could even do as a career. And now I'm applying to grad school for it. And I didn't know what I was doing then, but now I know that this is the life that I actually want. And it's like you start with something that you thought was just cool, and you end up with basically something that you love.